Welcome to Stage 4 of Tirreno-Adriatico, the first of two Queen stages in the middle part of the race. It's Zulu Kingdom riding at the front for now. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of the stage. It's a really long course today, over 200 kilometers. Now things starting to get a bit tough on the climbs. Cyril Guimard still comfortably in this group for La Claire. A lot to be decided in the general classification, many of the top contenders still up amongst it, and here's George Hincapie attacking for the King of the Mountains points. No one will fight him over that, and he will take the lead in that competition, so Nicholas Roach, who's worn that jersey for 3 days, should give that up to Hincapie at the end of the race. And I think that's a realistic objective for Hincapie to win that long term. The King of the Mountains points are interesting in Tirreno-Adriatico in that every climb is weighted equally, no matter how hard or less hard it is. So with that, should favor the breakaway riders like Hincapie. Could end up building up quite a good lead in that by the end of the race. Of course, it won't be like that in the Tour of Switzerland and the Tour de France, where many of the hardest climbs should be won by the top climbers. So that Category 4 climb has shed a few riders out the back, including Dmitry Konishev. Bit of a surprise to see him gone so early. Same with Gianluca Bortolami. They're out the back in Zulu, setting a tough tempo. Mostly downhill until we get to the final few hills of the stage. And then the last 3.5 kilometers are uphill, so an uphill sprint should be suited to the punchers, and Alaphilippe and Guimard imagine will have a good battle for the stage win. And the leader's jersey as well, because those time bonuses definitely important in the grand scheme of things. There is Chomin Peruena of Evian. He's been riding well in this race so far. Can't rule him out for today. He's very explosive on an uphill finish like this one. Philippe Gilbert and Stan Ockers, some other names to keep an eye out for. So winding through the downhill section of the course. I wonder who Zulu Kingdom would be working for at this stage of the race. Gert-Jan Tunissen, their top climber, has lost a significant chunk of time from yesterday's stage, or stage 2 actually. He's around 2 minutes down on the race leader, and that is a bit too much time to make up with the nature of this course. But maybe they feel like he could win the stage, and that's why Zulu Kingdom, the orange jerseys, are riding at the front. But we're coming on to the climbs now. 3 sharp hills in succession, and it's Bianchi Campagnolo leading the way. Hard tempo being set at the front of the race. There is an intermediate sprint nestled on top of the next little hill. I'm not sure if anyone will be too interested in sprinting out for that. Remember that Bianchi rider is on the front looking very tired. Someone else should be ready to assume control at any moment. We'll see if anyone chooses to attack on the penultimate climb of today before the uphill sprint. There is a flat section after that where a chase could bring things back together. Still suitable launching point. I think plenty of aggressive bike riders will be looking to make a move. There's Jan Ross of Fiat, one of the top scoring riders this season. The pace still slow at the front, so a lull in the bike race for now. No team looking to put anyone else under pressure. It's the very tired Alexander Gonchenkov who's still on the front. So short twisting descent, and now we're heading on to the penultimate climb of the day before the uphill finish. Bianchi's still in control, at least for now. Konchenkov makes his final effort at the front. Is this a setup for Stan Åkers? Or even Richard? And Pascal Richard's going to take it up now. He's launched an attack. Marc Matteo has grabbed his wheel and gone over the top. So Evian, riding aggressive into Tirreno-Adriatico. I think that's Stan Åkers, possibly on the wheel of Matteo. Or it's still Richard. Peruena's up there. So it's caused a bit of a sort out, and Guimard, the race leader, that is a surprise to see him drop from this group. Then Peruena launches another move. The reaction is slow, and Peruena is off to the races. 13 kilometers to go, it's a long way out to launch a solo move. Alaphilippe has sent his teammate Vogler to the front to nail it back. But Cyril Guimard not able to get back on terms before the descent. And you see the red jersey on that second group by the motorbikes, that's Andre Dargod, who's dropped back to help Cyril Guimard get back in the race. But Adidas and BlackBerry working the hardest to bring back the attack of Chomin Peruena. So that's a move that perhaps the other teams didn't see coming, but Evian looking to put everyone else to the sword with these attacks, with Matteo and Chomin Peruena. But Gilbert's going to get him back, 6.5 Ks to go. The group of Cyril Guimard is around 37 seconds back. If the pace slows, they'll be able to get back on terms before the final uphill ascent. I think they will get back. Now, can Guimard recover in time to manage his losses on the climb? Don't think he'll be fighting for the stage win in his current condition. But here we go, the right turn onto the final uphill. And the first move comes from Chomin Peruena. So he's already attacked, he rode on the front for quite a long time, and now he's launching yet another move. He's taken 7 others with him, including Alaphilippe wearing that white jersey. Now it's Åkers on the front, trying to put everyone else under pressure. He's drawn some other riders out with him. Frank Schleck is there, Pedro Delgado. But this is the final sprint for the line. Chomin Peruena looks to be going clear. I don't think Alaphilippe has the legs to counter. It's Delgado who's right behind him, but Peruena, a dominating performance today. He did all of the attacking, and in the end, he was unbeatable in the sprint as well. So no one in the race as strong as Chomin Peruena today. Evian have a penchant for these uphill finishes. That's the 3rd one they've won this season as a team. And Peruena should ascend the classification as well. Pedro Delgado had a very good stage up in 2nd place. Alaphilippe in 3rd, I imagine he will take the lead away from Guimard, who just now is finishing 3 minutes back. Stan Åkers and Marco Pantani up there to round out the top 5. Good to see Marco Pantani up amongst the leaders. For such a little climber, the classics really aren't for him, but now that we're entering more hilly and mountainous terrain, should see Pantani really start to shine. Once again, a Fiat rider bringing up the rear. There's the final few meters with Chomin Peruena sprinting away from the field. So that's his first win of the season. And it's going to put him right in the thick of the fight for overall victory in this race. He'll have to overcome Julien Alaphilippe still, who will be the race leader. Cyril Guimard had a bad day somehow and ended up getting dropped, lost close to 3 minutes. So Laviclaire having a penchant for starting stage races off well, and then things falling apart in the middle of the race. Could be a worrying trend as we get towards races like the Tour de France for Laviclaire. With the team very strong, they're still in 1st place overall in the team rankings. So a minor critique for them. But it's Alaphilippe as suspected, the new race leader. Peruena comes up to 2nd place. Pedro Delgado is now 3rd thanks to the time bonus. Åkers is 4th. and Marco Pantani up in the top 5. Pascal Richard, one of the big protagonists in the early stages of the race, he's still in 6th place, 41 seconds down on Alaphilippe. Then the other riders finishing in the second main group, they're all there at 47 seconds back. So Jean Kirkin, I guess, is the new leader for La Vie Claire. He was a 7th or 8th round pick. Hincapie assuming the lead in the King of the Mountains, attacking for some of the points today. And in the team competition, it's Evian extending their lead, forcing some actual time gaps. They had 3 riders right at the front at the very end of the stage, and that was enough to take the lead in that competition. Bianchi Campagnolo now 2nd. Looking forward to stage 5, it's probably the hardest stage of the race, so we should see a great battle between Julien Alaphilippe and his rivals in the fight for the blue jersey. We'll see you then.